Hey guys, this is my very first video, so just want to give a little quick shout out to the Joe Cronin Show, but this is just a rant on the WWE. I've been a fan since 1990, guys, and you're really fucking things up right now. Really fucking things up. You don't want to push guys like Daniel Bryan, but back in the mid-90s you would push guys like Bret the Hitman Hart, who was just about the same as Daniel Bryan. You would push guys like Shawn Michaels, who trained Daniel Bryan. Yet you don't want to push him. And I understand that there were big guys back then too, Hogan, Warrior, Diesel, Ramon, all that kind of shit. But still, it's ridiculous that we have to pay our hard-earned money, and you guys want to go off and just give us guys like Bautista and Randy Orton. But I used to like these guys back when they were in Evolution, but that was what, 10 years ago? 10 years ago that shit was going on, and Batista can't move in the ring anymore, so you guys are going to seriously just going to do that shit? Really? As your buddy The Miz would say, really? No, it's not cool, it's not right, and, I myself and most of the people that listen to, watch Joe Cronin Show or, care about this business enough to still watch after all these years, and it's not right. I mean, look, the guy you claim to be the biggest star of all, Stone Cold Steve Austin, who I love to death as a performer, and was the guy that really, cemented me as a fan, that knowing that I'll never stop watching until I'm, done with, until the day I die. He wasn't really that built, and yet he made you shitloads of money. He made you shitloads of money. But you're going to go off and just fuck the fans like you want to. And it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And for a guy like Triple H, who's been through the battles, who's been in the ring, and, Paul Levesque, you've been in the ring and you've heard the fans. Why aren't you giving the fans what they want? And I'm hoping that at WrestleMania you guys, finish this whole thing with, Bryan gets a shot at WrestleMania 30, because my best friend Kenny and I are going to be watching, and, you're going to get a lot of fans that are going to be turned off if you don't do something quick with Bryan. Daniel Bryan is a hot commodity. He's your next big superstar after Cena leaves. And you've already screwed the pooch with Punk, because, CM Punk was one of the best guys you got. And he was, arguably my favorite wrestler since Stone Cold Steve Austin. Bet that, because, he did what he wanted. And you guys went to go and fuck him over and not, reuse him and abuse him, and now he wants to rest. And then you come out with Paul Heyman on Monday night and you fuck us with that. And, Aaron Rift and all those guys that no DQ, or as Joe Cronin calls them, no IQ. You guys are sucking Triple H's cock so badly. And for the people that want to rip me or rip Joe Cronin for speaking our minds, it's called the Fifth Amendment. Our country is based off of shit like this. It's called the Fifth Amendment. It's called freedom of speech. We're allowed to do it. And sue me for, speaking my mind. I'm a single father of a great 5-year-old, and yeah, he's watching, and the only way, and he can't understand why I get mad at things, and yeah, I gotta tell him, that guy's a good guy and that guy's a bad guy, and he, thinks that, they're like real life superheroes, and to a lot of the little kids that they are. But you got a lot of those little kids, like my son, who's going to be 5 years old, who doesn't know what is going to be right and what is going to be wrong, because you won't push the guys that are cheering. My son asked me, why doesn't, he's 5 years old, and he asked me, why doesn't the guy with the big beard who says yes all the time not have the belt if he's really good? He's 5. I mean, yeah, he doesn't understand that's scripted, but he sees it as, the fans are cheering for that guy, and he hears Daddy say that, that guy's really, really good, and he doesn't understand why that guy doesn't have the belt. Well, if he's so good, why isn't he champion? And it's hard for me to explain to a 5-year-old that, behind the scenes business, and I don't want to ruin the fantasy for him because, I didn't want people to ruin the fantasy for me when I was a kid. And I know Joe Cronin, and I know Jaron, and Chris Tosovich will agree with me on that. We got to prepare, I'm 30 years old, soon to be 30 years old. We got to prepare the younger generation, like my son, for this business, for there to be a business. And the only way you're going to get the business to work is listen to your fans. So it's the only way it's going to work. That is the only way it's going to work, is if you listen to the fans. Hogan was his good in his day, and you listened to the fans back then when they wanted to push Macho Man. And that's another thing I don't want to get on. I don't understand why Macho Man is not in the Hall of Fame yet. That I don't understand. But I've said my piece. Congratulations to Paul Bear going into the Hall of Fame. It's well due. I've said my piece. I may make more videos, but guys, go check out Joe Cronin Show. He's very good. He does post-game shows after the, not post-game shows, but after Raw goes off the air, he does a show, and he's live every Monday night after Raw, and he's live after the pay-per-views. He's got up to 2,000 subscribers, and I don't care if you hit the like button on this, that's fine. If you comment, that's fine. If you subscribe, I really don't care. I'm just giving you my opinion on everything that that I see is wrong in the WWE. And you got guys, and I can't wait for these NXT guys to come to the roster, but they're going to screw them over because they want to use guys like John Cena. But like I said, go check out Joe Cronin Show. He does live shows after Raw, live shows after the pay-per-views, and he's got some really cool, funny videos, and hopefully, you guys check him out. Join us at the end of every night on Raw or all the pay-per-views. You get your opinions heard. You can call in. You can leave voicemails, and he'll get to them. I left a voicemail. He got to it. And WrestleMania 30. Hopefully it's good, and hopefully it's not as bad as the last two. So, or the last three. Sorry. 28 wasn't too bad, but 27 and 29 sucked. 26 sucked. 25 was good. 24 was good. But it's not the same that it was 15 years ago. But you got to listen to your fans. You listened to your fans in '97 with Stone Cold. Listen to your fans with Bret Hart. Bye.